A la tardor, Sitges va rebre l'actor i director amb els braços oberts i el va convertir en l'estrella indiscutible del festival. Perkins va estar rodejat de fans en tot moment i va rebre nombroses mostres d'afecte que ell va tornar amb escreix els 3 dies que hi va ser. La saga de films a partir de Psicosi es va acabar el 1990 amb una quarta entrega per a la televisió, una preqüela que també va protagonitzar. El 1991 va rebre el Premi Donòstia del Festival de Sant Sebastià. Anthony Perkins va morir l'any següent a Los Angeles, 2 mesos després de passar pel plató de TV3. Tenia 60 anys.
Well, Mr. Perkins, what did you know about Sitges before coming?
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
I had to look it up on the map.
Yeah? And, well, how do you feel then?
Beautiful.
Yeah?
Yes.
But I think you work too much in this festival.
No one minds working.
Yeah?
Sometimes one has to stay up too late. Yeah. In Los Angeles, you have a call for dinner at 7:30. Yeah. Dinner is served by 8. By 10, coffee is on the table. By 10:45, people are warming up their cars, and by 11, everyone is asleep.
Over. Well, what do you think of the warm reception to Psycho 3 last night?
I was very, very happy about it. Very.
But I have read too in France some excellent critics.
Some excellent critics. I was very happy about that. Oh, very nice.
Do you think that Psycho 3 will be understood in a different way in Europe than in the States maybe?
I don't know. Perhaps Europeans are more likely to sit with a film and listen to what's happening. Maybe in the States we're used to more laser beams.
I see. I saw yesterday the beautiful cinematography by Bruce Sorty.
Beautiful.
He was really of a big help for you.
Tremendous.
Did you think in some moment to do the picture in black and white if possible?
Yes, but we were urged not to go to the front office, to the executives, to the Black Tower, and argue about that, because we would lose that fight.
I see.
And it seemed more useful to only go and fight for things that we had a possibility to win, not things that we knew beforehand we would lose. Because I don't think there was any possibility to make a black and white film from Psycho 3.
But anyway, in certain moments, for instance in the cafeteria at the beginning, there are some shadows on the face of the girl that it looks like an old movie in black and white.
Well, we felt that so often films that wish to suggest a black and white feeling use a colorless pastel tone to try to suggest that. But Bruce and I felt that that never works. You're always looking at things and you're saying, why are the colors so pale? And where you remark on the paleness of the color, not the fact that the color isn't there. We felt that the more contrasting we could be with the colors, the more black and white it would look.
When one comes to the Universal Studios in Hollywood, well, it's always the house of Psycho there. That is really the same house you
Yes, it is.
Show.
Yes.
And two, in one moment there are some clouds.
Yes.
When you come down. And these clouds are really on location made?
Those clouds are movie magic. They are not there.
I see. Well, another thing that surprised me last night was the music of the. It was no possibility to use the Bernard Herrmann's original, or it was not your intention at all?
It wasn't our intention. That music has been so borrowed from so copied, so stolen, so adapted, so changed around a little bit note for note that it has no longer the originality that it once had. To use the psycho music again would have very little impact, I felt. The score for Psycho 2 was beautifully done, an orchestral score. If you listen to the record of Psycho 2, it's marvelous orchestral movie music. It's unimpeachably excellent. Again, we didn't feel we could improve on it, so my choice to do an entirely different kind of score came from, not that I wanted something different, but I felt we had gone as far as we could with an orchestral score.
I see. And talking about music, last night in the discotheque, when you were with the girl who was singing, I thought you were going to sing.
Going to sing?
Yes. Because I have some records of, for instance, Cangedor Près de Toi,
Yes.
Brahms.
Is that on 78?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh.
No.
Joke.
No,
Just a
no,
joke.
not at all.
Just kidding.
But even in Japan, lots of records,
Yeah.
a long play, in all the lyrics
Yeah.
in Japanese. Are you thinking to do a new career singing in some time?
That was fine for when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, your voice, it's a very nice voice for ballads.
For singing, for ballads, yes. Well, let's try to get a record together, you and I. All right.
Do you know that Psycho 1 and Psycho 2, that have only been seen in Spain in dubbed version?
Yes.
Never in original version.
Really?
Then last night people was surprised to hear your voice for the first time.
I see.
I think. Did you have any time any of your movies dubbed in any language?
No, I haven't seen those.
But of course, when you did movies in France, you were speaking in French.
Yes, I did several movies in French, but one of my first European movies, Aimez-vous Brahms, was dubbed into French by Jean-Claude Brialy. And he did a marvelous job. He was, even then as he is now, a big star. And it was such a generous and kind thing for him to do, to agree to dub me in that film. And I always felt part of the success of that film in France was the excellence of his dialogue.
The choice of Diana Scarwit was yours.
Yes?
Don't you think she looks like Jean Arthur?
She does.
Yeah?
Indeed.
Yeah?
And yet, when she lies there on the floor, we first think it's Janet Leigh.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought that was also obviously one of the reasons why we chose her.
Yeah. Well, talking about another thing, tomorrow it's the first anniversary of the death of Orson Welles. Tomorrow.
Is that right?
And last year in Sitges, well, people was really struck by that.
Of course.
And the same day they showed Le Procès.
Did they?
Le Procès. It's really a picture very important in your career, Le Procès.
I don't agree. Why do you say that?
No, I think because it's, well, your first and only film with Orson Welles.
That's true.
And, well, the play, it's one of the few times you have played a classic in literature. Like
Yes, it's true. But, you know, Orson insisted on an unpopular portrayal of Joseph K. by me. He wanted Joseph K. not to be a symbol of heroics and a symbol of every man's struggle against unknown bureaucracy. He wanted Joseph K. to be guilty and small-minded and petty and obsequious and unheroic. When I suggested to him that that might be an unpopular portrayal, we choose to think of Joseph K. as an innocent victim. I said, Orson said people will think that Joseph K. is guilty He is guilty, said Orson to me. He's guilty as hell. I remember this clearly. So, as any professional actor will, I enacted his version of the role. But I always believed, and I still believe, that it somewhat affected the popularity of the film. I don't think it was a good decision on Orson's part. Forgive me, Orson.
But you like in general Orson Welles?
Oh, tremendously. Yeah.
Do you know that Alan Rudolph is now one of the biggest successes in Spain, more than in States and more than in France with Choose Me and Trouble in Mind. You did with it Remember My Name. What do you think of Alan Rudolph, really, of his role in American movies now?
I haven't seen some of his more recent films, but I felt the script of Remember My Name was underdeveloped. And audiences enjoy seeing a woman's revenge movie, but I felt that it was too soft. We didn't see enough of Geraldine's character's decisions and her toughness to get back at the man who had scorned her. I felt it was an excellent opportunity for a good film of that kind, and I felt it was a little weak.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, of
That's
course.
all I ask.
Yes, of course. But Remember My Name has never been released.
Ah.
They have only been seen in
All right.
festivals.
Mhm.
But now that's a kind of boom of
Alan Rudolph,
that,
yeah.
I think some distributor tries to make a big show of its previous movies. It's another question I want to put you. And you have done 2 pictures with Tuesday World. One of them was shown in our channel a few weeks ago, Play Saturday Late.
Oh, yes.
I think it's one of the few occasions you have done twice 2 movies with the same actress. It's a special relationship of Tuesday World and you.
Yes. Both films were very different. The other film, Pretty Poison, was very, very different. I'd like to try a 3rd film with her. I also made 2 films with Sophia Loren, though. We mustn't forget that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, of all these actresses you have been working with, from Jane Simmons to Melina Mercury, which one has got for you the best impression as a human being? I mean, not an actress.
What an ungallant question.
Yeah. Well.
I couldn't answer.
Well. Of course. And have you planned to write your memories or something like that?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But maybe in order, I put this question in order to reply. For instance, there is a book about Ingrid Bergman.
Yes.
When they told some stories about Ingrid Bergman and you during the shooting of Merveille Brown.
Really?
But I don't know if you tried to answer these allusions that are in this book.
I haven't read the book.
No?
No.
Well, anyway, was Ingrid Bergman this kind of sweet person we thought, or it was a stronger one?
She was a strong, sweet person.
Thank you. I think your time is, you are on time for another interview, but you have 5 minutes.
Why not?
In France, you did a lot of movies with Claude Chabrol and even one with Molinaro, I think.
Yes, I did.
And But this period of your career in France, you look more amusing, more not avoiding of these tormented characters you played some time before. Was a special time in France for you?
It's always wonderful to go to a new country for the first time.
That is the reason. And do you think you have been in friendly persuasion with Gary Cooper? Don't you think these big names like Gary Cooper or Spencer Tracy, people miss a little
Definitely.
this kind of patriarch?
One wonders whether in 30 years we will look back to the actors of today with the same reverence that today we look back to the Gary Coopers. What do you imagine?
Well, I think it's people like you, for instance, maybe a new Gary Cooper.
I'll work on it.
Yeah?
I promise.
But definitely Gary Cooper was this kind of image that everybody loved. Right?
When he walked on the set, everyone stopped working and looked at him. No matter how many days they'd worked on the picture, there was something magisterial and eloquent about the carriage and the manner of Gary Cooper.
But anyway, did you realize these days in Sitges that people like you in a very special way?
Here in Sitges,
Yeah.
I've had a wonderful reception. Wonderful.
But I mean, Sitges, in this case, it's, well, the representation of all the movie fans and all the people who like movies. And you're a kind of friend of 20 years, 30 years.
That's right.
For them. Did you realize really that?
Last night I did.
Yeah?
Yes, it was beautiful.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Perkins, and have a good stay in Sitges for 24 more hours.
Oh, I would like it to be much longer than that.
Well, thank you very much.
Quand tu dors près de moi,
The socks.
tu murmures parfois le nom mal oublié de cet
The fly from the festival is coming.
Yes.
Sad.
et tout seul.
He's still working here. Why is that?
Je me souviens tout bas de ces choses que je crois. Mais que toi, ma chérie,
Very patient, very kind.
Not at all.
les gestes et tout.